welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Today I am unboxing a diamond painting from Home Craftology. So Home Craftology, pretty well known company in the diamond painting community. They are based in Australia and it's a family run business. This diamond painting is slightly different from the normal ones. Usually when I do the unboxings, the diamond paintings have pretty much just arrived and everything is in the box. But today's one I've had for quite a while. I actually got it before I started doing YouTube videos. So I have opened the box and I've taken out the goodie bag, but the drills and the canvas are still in it and they haven't been opened yet. So this is what I was expecting. Home Craftology box, and Home Craftology were the first company that I bought a diamond painting from, and I now have bought 7, including 1 custom. So I'm pretty familiar with them, the packaging and pretty much what to expect inside. But as I said, this one is a bit different. I didn't receive a box like this. I received a box like this. Now, when they arrived, I actually wasn't sure who they had come from because, like a lot of people, I have normally got a few on the way. So when this one turned up, I was trying to think what I had on order. And then when I opened it, I found out it actually was Home Craftology. So I contacted them and asked them if they had changed the packaging, just so that I knew for future videos. But they said they hadn't, and they think what happened was the company, the factory that actually makes them, had run out of boxes. This was at the first sort of peak of the COVID-19. And it was when a lot of people weren't working. There was a lot of problems with distribution. So they think that what happened was they ran out of Home Craftology boxes, so they were using these generic ones. I have had diamond paintings from Home Craftology since then, and they are back to the normal box. So just this is, like I said, a generic diamond painter box. So I would rather have this than no diamond painting, because really the box is irrelevant. It's the contents that are the important part. So as I said, I've actually already opened this because I looked inside to see where it was from, and I took out the goodie bag because I've now got a Quality Street tin that I keep all of my bits and pieces like wax and trays and tweezers and all that stuff and pens. So I had already removed that, but as I said, the canvas and the drills are still in here and I haven't looked at it, so it is still an unboxing. So we'll have a look inside, and as I said, it'll be the canvas and the drills. Normally at this point I would open it and we would have a look at the goodie bag. So from memory, what I probably got in a bag was a pen, standard pink pen. May have been a different colour, but they're all the same really. So there would have been a pen, there would have been one of these plastic trays to put your drills on, one with the spout that I use with the Tic Tac boxes, and there would have been pink wax. Now initially from Home Craftology I got these, the standard rectangle, but since then I have had some where they now supply these. Now I'm not sure if these are standard now or if there was a reason that I got this, but basically it's just a little tub and it has a circle of pink wax. Thinking about it, there may actually have been 2 in this. So handy little container to keep it clean, stop dust and things getting on it. But it could have been this type, really doesn't matter. It's all pink wax. So the other thing that I would have got, because it's square drills, would be a pair of tweezers, probably something like these. I can't remember exactly which design came with it, but something like this. And I can't remember if I got multiplacers. I may have, or I may not have received multiplacers to stick in the end of the pen. I just simply can't remember. It was too long ago. So that's what would have been in the goodie bag. So it's not that I didn't get one. I did get one, but I opened it. So we'll have a look at the drills first. So these are Home Craftology drills. These bags are actually better than the normal one, this thing. They're not as rustly and they're thicker plastic, so you can use them to hold other things. A lot of them it's very thin, rustly stuff that's very loud when I do these openings. So just open them up and see quite a few colours in this one. Now, as I said, I've now got 7 from Home Craftology. Most of them, if not all of them, I chose them because they meant something to me or to my wife and I, reminded us of places that we've been, places we go, things we've seen, that sort of thing. So this one reminded us of a place where we walk quite a lot in Copenhagen, and it's actually a cemetery. It's a very big cemetery, 64 hectares, and it looks more like botanical gardens than a cemetery. It has a lot of trees and flowers and plants, and it's a really, really nice place to walk. And they also have red squirrels running around. So we go there quite a lot, and we'll see the red squirrels scampering about the grass. And we saw this picture, and that's why we chose it. So very quick look at the drills. These sort of standard little packets, they hold about 200 drills. They are square, as you can see. I've never had problems with the drills from Home Craftology. Something that you should look for if you're new, or even if you're not, is to check that the drills are dry and clean. Sometimes in the manufacturing process you will get a film of oil inside the bag. It looks like condensation and it causes the drills to clump together. Never ever had that with Home Craftology. In fact, I have never actually, hang on, touch wood, I have never actually had that problem myself from any company that I've bought from, but I have seen videos where people have had a problem with it, so it's something to check for when you're looking through your drills. So not really expecting any surprises. Very clean. I don't see any little burrs on them or any problems. So just a quick look at the colours, and each, I think I did mention it, each of these bags holds about 200 drills. So that's it really. Everything looks fine as usual. I'll just move these and carefully place them on the floor. Okay, so now we get to the interesting part. So this is the canvas, and we have a thumbnail on the canvas, which you may be able to make out a squirrel, and then we have the key down the side, and it's numbered, so we have 38 colours in this diamond painting. So we also have a paper key that you can use as reference when you're doing it, so we get a better sized thumbnail so you can see what it is. We've got a red squirrel eating a nut and a little bird watching it. I think the official title for this one is Squirrel and Bird, so it sort of explains the whole thing. This is actually a coal tit, that's what we call them in the UK. So you can see why it has a lot of colour, very busy background, and I went for 50 by 60. So hopefully that's big enough that we get the detail, but we'll find out when I do it. And we have the symbols. Down the side we have the DMC numbers and how many bags of each colour there should be. So it looks as if I have actually opened this because I've numbered down here. So I'm taking it, it was me, it looks like the tick that I put, so I think the little mark has been the factory. They've checked them, put a dot, and I've double checked them and ticked them off. So I must have actually opened it and put them back in the bags again. It was so long ago I couldn't remember doing it, but it saves me having to do it from now. So have a look at the actual canvas. So you can see along the top, Home Craftology logo, and the size is 50 by 60. This is, I don't understand why Home Craftology do the sizes this way, because I think every other company, the first number is the width. And to me this looks longer than it is high. I'd need to measure it, but I have had it before where this to me is back to front. Yeah, it definitely is. So this is longer, so to me this is a 60 by 50. As far as I know, all other companies go width then depth. For some reason Home Craftology do it the other way around, which is worth paying attention to, because if you have a space on a wall and it's 50 wide and you buy this thinking, oh, okay, so it's 52 wide, and you think that'll just fit in there, you buy this, you'll find out it's actually 60 wide, so it'd be too big. So it is important to check this, that the size is what you think it is. But as I said, I've found it, as far as I remember, all of the other companies, it's the width and the depth. So I don't know why they do it back to front. Okay, so this is not poured glue, so it's a double-sided glue. It's a thin sheet that gets put down on top of the canvas. You can have problems with air bubbles in it. Doesn't always happen, but it's definitely a possibility, but it is easy to fix. So the obvious thing to do now is have a look, and we'll see how good or bad the glue is. So the way that I do this, and I know that people have seen this again and again that have been watching the videos, but as I always say, I'm very aware that some people might be dropping in and it's the very first time they've seen any of the videos that I've done. So I'm going to go through how I flatten the canvas, and I'll explain it again. If you've seen this, please feel free to fast forward past it. You can only watch this so many times before it gets boring. So what I'm doing is, we've got this cover paper which protects the glue, stops anything sticking to it, and all you do is find the corner, peel it back, and just peel it back a bit and check that the back of the paper isn't sticky, because there, you can see the border, I think, where the glue is. Sometimes you can accidentally catch that glue and peel it up as well as the cover, and if you do that you'll peel the glue off the canvas, which you don't want to do. So if you peel this back and touch the back of it and it's sticky, just put it back gently and press it down again, and then gently retry and try and make sure that you're only catching the paper. So this is fine, it's not sticky. This sheet is split into two, so I'll do the same thing here. Just find the paper. Now I can feel that sticky, so I'm not going to try and pull that. I'll try putting it down again. It still feels sticky. So rather than doing it again and again, what I'm going to do is just gently peel it along from this side, and that'll stop that happening. So there, we're okay. So what I do then is put it down, hold the top so you're not touching the glue, and then just peel the paper back, take it back to around halfway, maybe just over halfway, and then drop the paper back on, and then we want to do the same thing with this side. So again, just trying to get the paper. I can already feel that sticky, so I'll try this one. So not sticky, so I'll just work it along the top. If you have a problem with one side, the best thing to do is just work along from the one that was okay, and that's it all the way across. Hold it down, peel the paper back, maybe just over halfway, let it go. Now the reason that I'm doing this is to flatten the canvas. You will read about people putting the canvas under their bed, under the mattress for a couple of weeks, or putting heavy books or whatever on top of it to try and flatten it, because the canvas naturally tries to go back into the shape it was in the box. In this case it was actually square. Normally it's a circle, so what it does is it tries to roll back up. So I've peeled this back and I've put it back so it sits flat. If I turn it around and you can see the other side, and I just let it sit the way it wants to sit, it's like that. So that's the reason that I do this, it's to flatten the canvas. Once I do the other side, the canvas is ready to use. You don't have to wait weeks for the thing to flatten out. So same again. If I fold it out and then let it go, you can see it's wanting to curl. The only thing that's stopping it is the friction to these mats. If it was a smooth table, it would have already curled up. So same thing again. Go for the corner. Try and lift only the paper. That is picking up the glue, so I'll try this side. I think this is doing the same thing. I'll go back to this one. Now somebody had commented in one of the videos and said if you use your thumbnail, your fingernail, and rub it over the paper at the corner, the idea is it warms up the glue and softens it and makes it easier to peel. So this is the first time I've actually tried that. And it worked. So there you go. I think, try to remember, I think it was Bob, who left that comment. So thanks for that. It did work, as you saw. So that's a really handy tip if you're having problems getting the paper off the glue. But the main thing is, don't try and just pull it, because you will pull the glue back, and if you pull it too far back and it folds on itself, you've basically ruined the canvas. So it's very important to make sure that you're not pulling up that layer of glue. So again, just pull it back, and that's already at the point where I had pulled the other side. And I know that because you just lose tension. When you peel it back, it feels quite tight. Once you get to the area that you've already done from the opposite side, it goes really slack. So you don't need to go any further than that. As soon as it goes slack, that's enough. Just put it back, and then we'll try the other side. I've got a feeling I might be using that tip. I don't know. I've got it. So it's just take your time, there's no rush. Definitely better to get it right. Just take your time. So again, peel it back. You can feel, I don't know if you can hear, but there's the tension on that. And that's it, loose. So drop that back on. And that's it, the canvas is ready to use. Easy as that. So even if you're new to doing this, I'd say what, 10 minutes, absolutely maximum 10 minutes. Just depends if you have any problems, probably less than 5 minutes in most cases, but if you do have a problem, that tip of rubbing your nail on the cover over the corner to warm up the glue so it softens, it worked. That's the first time that I've done it, or had to do it, and it worked, so that was really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the cover. Not something that I would really recommend, because as soon as you expose all this glue, you're just asking for something like dust or paper, not paper, well yeah, sometimes paper, dust or hairs, like pet hairs and things. If hairs land on it, that's where your tweezers come in. It can be really awkward trying to get hairs off this stuff. I mentioned paper because a couple of months ago we were sitting in here. My wife has got a table opposite that direction, so we sit facing each other, and we've got these tables that are at angles, and we were sitting talking, and she had her key, A4 sheet of paper, just sitting at the side, and a gust of wind blew in the window and the paper flipped over and landed on the glue. That is a bit of a nightmare, but you can get the paper off. It will damage the paper, so luckily for her it was an area like here, so it didn't ruin the print. But after saying that, it doesn't matter too much, because you've also got the key on the canvas. You will always have the key on the canvas. Sometimes you get diamond paintings that don't have a paper key, so if this does get ruined, you just refer back to this. But she panicked, and we had read that using baby wipes gets the paper off the glue, so that's what we did. I went down to the local supermarket and bought a packet of baby wipes just for this, and she tried that. So the wet paper, baby wipe on the paper, just gently rubbed it until it was all wet, and then the paper started to come off. The glue totally lost its stickiness, so that was a bit of a panic. But what happens with the baby wipes is once the liquid evaporates off, the stickiness of the glue comes back. So we had seen again and again use baby wipes, but we had never seen, nobody had explained it will lose the stickiness, but it does come back. So if you ever are unfortunate enough to get in that situation, baby wipes definitely work, and we know from experience. But the glue will lose its stickiness until the alcohol evaporates off the glue, and then it's just back to normal, so you don't have to panic like we did. So that's that story. As I said, I'm going to peel this off. Now when I take the cover off, I make sure that I don't put it on the floor, because I don't want it to pick up any dust or anything. If there's any static in the paper, it might pick up dust or hair or something that might be on the floor. So I put it on a chair to keep it clean. So, and the reason that I'm taking this off is so we can have a good look at the quality of the print and the quality of the glue. We can have a look to see if there's any air bubbles, and to do that the best way is to look at it from different angles, because you can be standing looking at it and think everything looks fine, but if you turn to a different angle, you might start to see little silver lines, and that is air that's trapped underneath the glue. If you do see them, the easiest way, or the way that I get rid of them, is to use a craft knife like this, and then I cut along the rivers, and that lets the air out, and then that's all I do. I just cut along, just slice along. Don't press too hard, just enough to cut through the glue, not enough to cut through the canvas, and it should be absolutely fine. I did have one from Wish that was really, really bad, but when I finished the diamond painting, it looked perfect. So all you're doing is letting the air out from underneath the glue, and that stops the drills from popping up. So I'll stick the light on and we'll have a look. So I don't see any air bubbles. You can see I'm looking in the reflection there of the light, looking for any lines. But I need to watch what I'm doing, because if this curls round and touches the mat, it gets stuck like that, because I wasn't paying attention. So luckily these mats don't stick too bad. Yeah, everything looks okay. Don't see any rivers. So this is the canvas close up, and you can see all the symbols nice and clean. I'm not going to have any problems reading that at all. I notice that this doesn't have squares. It's not like a grid, or if it is, it's meant to be white, but it's so thin that you can't really see it. Yeah, I think it is actually. You can see it's meant to be white. Not really a big problem, but that's it. If I switch the light off, get rid of that reflection. So you can see the squirrel sitting there munching away on a nut, and the little bird sitting watching him. So that's it for this one. As I said, Home Craftology, I've bought 7 diamond paintings from them so far. What I like about them is they have a lot of variety, a lot of different sort of styles. They're not sort of stuck to one main design or anything like that, which I like, and never had any problems. I found that if I get in touch with them, they're very quick at responding. Customer support is very good. So that's it for this one. Squirrel and Bird from Home Craftology. So, very nice diamond painting from Home Craftology. As I said, I do have a few from them, and they do have a wide range of subject matter, and I like that. I like the more varied the diamond paintings are, the better. Everything was as expected. Had that little problem with trying to get the cover off the glue, and tried, I'm sure it was Bob, I'm sure his name was Bob, who mentioned that trick about just vigorously rub your nail on the corner to warm up the glue, and then when you try to peel it off, it comes off easier. it worked. So that's the first time that I've had to try it, and it worked like a charm. So thanks for that one, Bob. Just mentioning that, that's something that I really like about the diamond painting community. People try and help each other. We all come up against problems at some point, and the chances are if you come up to some sort of problem, somebody somewhere has already had it and has already figured out how to fix it. So there are a lot of Facebook groups out there for diamond painting, including my own, but my one I would say is very new. But we do have people who have been diamond painting for years, and we have people who are very new. So if you're interested in joining that, just look for Diamond Painting Gym on Facebook. But if you just search for diamond painting groups, you will find a lot of groups. You also find that in the groups, people are members of a lot of groups. So the experience is out there. If you're new and you're not sure about anything, do yourself a favour and join a group. You can look at YouTube obviously and search for things like that, but I find, or I think anyway, that if you join a group and you can ask questions and people will reply specifically to your problem, you will get multiple answers. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. So you might find that you might get 2 or 3 solutions to your particular problem, and it's just a matter of trying them and finding out which one suits you best. Which goes for everything. Storage, how to store your drills. There are various options which I am working my way through, and again you're just tapping into the experience of people who have been doing it longer. And I've found that the diamond painting community is very, very cool. People are very keen to help and give advice, things like what size of diamond painting should I get. If you're new, you might be tempted, you look at the picture and you think that looks really cool, and you go for the smallest one because it's the cheapest, and you think, well, I don't want to spend too much money. But if you go for a painting that's too detailed and you go for a very small size, to be honest, the chances are that diamond painting will probably end up in a bin near you. Because if you're going for things with detail, you need to go up, or it just won't look like the picture. And that is a common mistake, if you want to call it a mistake. It's just people don't know. It irritates me that companies will do that. They will sell things at a size that realistically is just a waste of your time and money, because when it's finished you will not want to hang it on the wall. I don't think companies should do that, but that's just how it is. After saying that, you can get small ones that look okay. I was trying out small sizes just to see. I was trying to look at them and think, okay, there isn't a lot of detail. That fish in particular is a very, very good one. If you are totally new to diamond painting, it is very well numbered, very easy to see the symbols, very logically numbered, like 1 is 1, 2 is 2, that sort of thing, which might sound obvious, but believe me, it isn't. Well, not in a lot of cases. But it is very, very well marked, and the drills come in bags that are already numbered, and the DMC number is on the bag. So everything is done, and it's resealable bags. So you can just take some drills out, use them, because if you're totally new, you probably will not have any kind of storage system. So I'm trying to remember where I got that one. I'll put something up here because I've got a video of it when I unbagged it. There again, it might not be anything that you're interested in, but if you're just looking for a diamond painting to try it and see if you like it and actually have something that looks reasonable. I mean, I think that looks pretty good for the size it is. That is number one in the ones that I've tried by far. It was a good one to do. It's small, so it doesn't take too long, and as I said, the bags are already labelled and they're resealable, so it's easy to work from the bags. So I was very impressed with that one, and I will have put something up here linking to that video for people who are totally new, and that would be a good one to start with. And then you're probably going to end up like everybody else, doing another one and another one and another one and the other umpteen that I've got. It is a very addictive hobby. It's a very relaxing hobby. When I do these, normally I'm sitting with wireless headphones on, listening to music, and just sitting diamond painting. It's a really good way to just switch off, and that's why I have so many of them. So anyway, I went off the track a bit there. So again, getting back to the diamond painting, Home Craftology, I would definitely recommend them. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else and I forgot. But yeah, I don't know when this one will get done. I have a to-do list as long as my arm, and the one that I'm working on at the moment, I'm hoping to finish it within the next week. It has 90 colours in it, and the next one I'm going to do has 89 colours in it, so that'll be easier. Yeah, maybe I think I should go back and do a small one just for a bit of a break. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more stuff about diamond painting tools, tips, anything really, accessories, all of that stuff, anything to do with diamond painting, please subscribe and hit the notification button. If you want to contact me, you can email me at info@ic. That was my other website, I nearly mentioned IC Copenhagen up here. info@diamondpaintinggym.com. If you want to see the diamond paintings that I've started to design myself, that I am calling the Copenhagen collection, because they are all based on pictures that I took in Copenhagen. This one here is one, Copenhagen graffiti, I called that one. That was some graffiti I saw on some old wooden doors in Copenhagen. Took a picture and then got it converted into a diamond painting. This one here is called Frozen Nyhavn. Nyhavn is the most photographed place in Copenhagen, and that particular winter the canals and the sea froze, and I went down and took a picture of the boats frozen in the canal. Decided to get it as a diamond painting, but I didn't want it just to be a straight picture, and what I did was converted it so it looked more like oil painting, because I was trying to get a more traditional cross stitch look. So the idea was to get what looks like cross stitch, but it's got the shine and the shimmer of diamond painting, and that turned out really well. The one that I'm working on at the moment is Hans Christian Andersen's statue that I took a picture of in Copenhagen a few years ago. Decided to do this as a diamond painting, but decided to tweak it a bit. I wanted it to look more like art than just a straight picture. So I've tweaked that quite a bit, which turned into 90 colours. So I've been working on that for quite a while. I'm hoping to finish it within a week from now. If you want to see the progress of that, you can see pictures on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, Diamond Painting Gym on Instagram, you will see sort of step by step as I'm working my way through this one. Definitely not a beginner one. 90 colours and a lot of what we call confetti. Sometimes I only put one colour in an area that I'm working on. It's very, very spread out, which takes a lot of time and effort, and if you're totally new, it would probably put you off, to be honest. You're better going for ones that have more areas of more solid colours, so you can get a bit of practice and you fill in the areas quite quickly. When you have a lot of graffiti, it can take quite a bit of time because you're constantly changing colours, and it does take a lot of time, but I enjoy that. I really don't mind because I am listening to music all the time. So I'm basically just sitting listening to music and sitting doing this, and eventually I end up with a piece of art that I can frame and stick up on the wall. So that's it for today. Home Craftology, again, homecraftology.com, if you want to have a look at what they've got. They do offers quite a lot, things like a percentage of a discount, or buy two get one free, or sometimes you get buy one get one free, that sort of thing. So it's always worth checking to see what they're offering. You can sign up as well, and you would get an email telling you what deals they've got going. So that might be of interest to some people. So that's it. One final thing, I am really now seriously thinking about this YouTube live thing. The idea appeals to me, to actually be sitting here and reading comments and basically talking to people back and forward. There are some people now that I've been talking to through either the Facebook group or through Instagram, or even through emails, for quite a long time. But I think being able to actually talk back and forward in real time, like people commenting or asking questions that I can answer there and then, and it's not just about diamond painting. I would quite like to sit and talk about my experience of moving to Denmark from Scotland and learning Danish. Only about 6 million people in the world speak Danish, and it isn't easy, but there are a few funny stories about different things. A lot of Danish words translate directly to English in a quite funny way. I'll maybe talk about that sort of thing as well. I mean, I don't want it to be just always talk about diamond painting. Maybe get to know people a bit, find out roughly where people are in the world, and just generally relax and sit back and have a little bit of a natter, as we call it. So that's it. That, I think I'm going to do a test run of YouTube Live. I've never done it, not really sure how it works. I know that I can't do it on phone, which I'm using to record these. I need to do it on a laptop because I need 1,000 subscribers, I think. No, is it? Oh, I forget now. Yeah, I think it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours or something, before I can actually do it on a mobile device. So I'll have to figure out how to set the laptop up and the webcam. So that's why I'm thinking I'll do a little test run. But the idea as well was to get my wife and both of us to sit and basically just chit chat with people. And she can talk about her experiences, what she thinks of diamond painting that she said she would never do, but she does now. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, just a little break for people. I like to keep things upbeat, have a bit of a laugh, that sort of thing. Give people a chance to wind down. So that's it. YouTube Live very soon. Not exactly sure when, but it will be very, very soon. So thanks for watching as usual, and hope you enjoyed the video. And as I said, if you did, please subscribe, hit the notifications, and you'll find out when I have another video up. So in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands. Okay, I've just finished recording and realised that I gave the wrong email address. So if you want to contact me via email, it is diamondpaintingjim@gmail.com. That's the right one this time.